We're reacting to Odd Ones Out Touring Together. I'm so pumped for this. We always love new Odd Ones Out. So let's frickin' go.
Hey, Europeans, we're doing the Scribble Showdown tour in your country and right now.
Right now, baby.
Show because I like it that much. Check out scribbleshowdown.com to get your tickets. As some of you may know, Jaden has already made a video about the Scribble Showdown tour me, her, Domix, Ross, and Aaron went on in 2019.
That's a roster. That's a ridiculous roster, isn't it? That's
crazy.
We
toured again, baby, last November. We were scheduled to go earlier, but then something came up. For this round of touring, we did more than double the amount of shows than last time, so that means this video will be twice as good as Jaden's. So, touring during a global pandemic was a lot of fun. Anytime we had a day off, everyone on the crew had to take a rapid test, and people coming to the shows needed a proof of vaccine to get inside. And worst of all, we weren't able to say hi to people after the show. I know.
What did they do? I mean, that's so sad. That seems like so. I really respect that they found a way to still be able to do this. That's really cool, dude. I feel like one of those obstacles and I would have quit.
A lot of people waited outside in the cold for us to come out, only to see us at a distance load ourselves into the bus in our PJs going, "Sorry, we're not allowed. We have to stay in our bubble." Before the tour even started, we had
It makes sense, though. Like, the whole tour can't get canceled because they just, like, spread Rona in the... Like, if you're traveling in a tour bus like this, if one person gets Rona in a bus like this, everybody's got it. There's no way. Like, one person gets it in a confined space like this, everybody's getting it. So I get it. Like,
big problem. Domix couldn't get his Canadian visa approved to come work in the US, so he was unable to tour with us. But luckily, we found a sub for Dom, someone who loved maple syrup just as much as Dom and was willing to drop everything and tour with us for a whole month. Emily from the channel Emarichu. And she killed it on stage, like straight up murder. She was super funny, artistic, and she drew these awesome pictures of all of us.
I am so curious what they do on tour. Aren't you guys? Like, because animators, it's so different from what they do on YouTube, I'm sure. It's hard, like, if there's a musician, it's very easy to imagine what they do on tour. If there's somebody who does, like, a podcast, I kind of get it. They're going to do a podcast where the audience is immigrated, or immigrated. The audience is integrated. The audience is immigrated. I was so stupid. But, like, I'd be so curious to see what animators would do on stage, right? It's so different.
Crying. Shut up. When Ross met Emily, the very first thing he said to her was, "Hello, touring's going to be so fun. Just don't sleep the wrong way on the bus, because if it crashes, you'll break your neck and die painfully. Also, you're not allowed to poop on the bus." I would know. Fortunately, no one pooped or broke their neck during the whole tour. And I still haven't pooped. Your body adapts to crazy things. During the last tour, Ross...
That's why Odd Ones Out's so full of shit.
control his bowels, but this time he couldn't control his brain. He had what he describes as intense, debilitating nightmares that felt like a Nintendo 64 Rumble Pack was added to the experience. And if you want to hear more about what Ross's twisted mind thought up of when he was unconscious, then go check out the video he made on his channel. But not now, because I'm talking. So
get the average view duration up. We can't click off.
This tour, I wanted to be better at taking photos. You know, the reason I don't have a vlogging channel is because I forget to film anything that happens on my trips. And as I was taking a photo of a venue, I found out that my phone could do something called Photosphere.
What the hell? What the hell is this?
Photospheres are full 360-degree photos that show you everything at every angle. Here's a picture of the venue, and here's what the ground looked like. They're the superior way of taking photos.
So cool.
I took a photosphere of every venue. Hey, you know what else is round and cool? That's a great question. It's the type of question we got asked in our VIP Q&A panel. Before every show, the 5 of us would go out and do a Q&A panel for the people who bought VIP tickets. And 93.75% of the Q&As were absolutely fine. One time, someone asked a question that was directed at their fiancé, and it was, "Will you marry me?"
Aww.
I'm gonna take a photosphere of this. Hold on, you'll need to stay still for like 2 minutes. I wish that question was directed at me. I would have loved to kiss someone on tour. Anyways, one of the cues we got was a little odd. I'm not gonna tell you which show this was at.
I feel like 93% of the VIP experiences being positive is actually lower than I expected. Does that seem like an oddly low number to you guys, or does that seem high? That seems low to me. Like 7% of them were bad? 7% of them were bad? That's not good, right?
But it was in Florida, because of course it was. There was one guy in the audience wearing a suit who was reaching his hand so high up that his butt was out of his chair and he was visibly shaking with excitement. So given how urgent this guy was being, Aaron called on him, but now we know not to call on those types of people. You in the suit. The guy stands up screaming.
He looks so adorable. What's the worst that could happen? He looks adorable. What's he gonna do?
Yes! Thank you! And he goes on a long-winded explanation saying, look, I'm 26 years old. I'm not getting any younger. I want to do what you do. Okay.
Do it.
What's your question? My question is that I want to make a bet with all of you that in 1 year I'm going to be up on stage with you performing a Scribble Showdown. I wanted to say, I bet $1 million because we're not holding auditions. But instead, I said, I love your enthusiasm. That's great. But don't quantify your success into a certain time frame because that's only going to set yourself up for failure.
I feel like, especially if you're an animator. I feel like if you're an animator, you can literally be an animator when you're like 70, right?
Actually, on the internet, growing an audience takes time and luck. Nothing is ever guaranteed. And we told him good luck and started answering other cues. And then at the end of the Q&A, as we were walking off stage, the guy screamed out, "See you in a year!" That made me upset because he didn't listen to anything I just said. To his credit, he'll definitely be remembered. Not in the way he wants to, but remembered. And he's coming on tour with us next year, so, be on the lookout for that.
Oh, hey, there we go. The big question is, how many videos has he released since that incident? Because if he's absolutely, like, this story, it's cringy if he doesn't become successful. But if he becomes successful as a YouTube animator, then it's just like a badass shoot your shot moment, right?
Fun fan interaction that happened was in the freezing state of Chicago. We arrived in Chicago a day early, so me and Emily decided to walk to The Bean. Now, I have been told that I proposed across the street from this. The Bean is not called The Bean, and the artist actually wants it to be called something else. So as we walked up to The Bean, I kept chanting, "It's the Bean, it's the Bean." I took some photospheres, and as we started to leave, we passed another group who were chanting, "It's the Bean, it's the Bean." And I thought, wow, those guys are annoying. But then they made eye contact with me through the Bean's reflection and were like, "Oh my God, are you James?" And I said, "Who?" And then someone saw Emily and said, "Oh my God, it's Jaden." And I started laughing, and I pointed to my Scribble Showdown jacket. No, it's this one, not this one, this one. But I don't think they understood, because when we were taking a group photo, one of them said, "Jaden should go in front." And I said, "Yeah, Jaden, come over here." So on the last tour, Aaron had
Magic!
gotten into Magic the Gathering,
Hell yeah.
which is a card game I've been playing longer than him. Back then, I had to explain some of the rules and show him the pro gamer strats. But during 2019 to 2021, Aaron got really into Magic.
It's so easy. It's so addicting. I can't even describe it. Like, it's so fucking addicting. It's so much fun. It's the best game ever.
Of every single card and what it does. Like, I'll pull a card from a pack and he'll be like, "Oh, nice, branching evolution. That's like a worse doubling season. But you could combo it with the Colossal Dreadmaw and the Truffle Mixer. No, the Truffle Mater, and get Gary out on turn 5. Gary's what the community calls the Grey Apostle." What? At one of the venues we stayed at, I noticed that there was a random 2 of diamonds glued to the ceiling. So I says to Aaron, "Hey Aaron, say a card, any card." 7 of clubs. No, lower. 3 of clubs. Lower. 2 of clubs. Okay, now change the suit. 2 of diamonds. Now, you chose that card, right? Okay. Look up. What? But then Aaron bought a deck of playing cards and performed a card trick that forced someone to pick the 2 of diamonds, and then Aaron would tell them to look up saying,
"It's actually really funny.
Is that your card?" What? And because of that, Aaron started to learn other card tricks and would try them out on people. So,
Aaron seems like a badass. How's he just, like, acquiring talents and skills like this?
Take any credit for Aaron's hobbies, but I totally got him into Magic, and I got him into Magic. While we were on tour, we got invited to be a part of Jacksepticeye's #ThankMiss livestream that was raising money to build homeless shelters. And on stream, Aaron had this crazy idea that if we reached our goal, he would kiss one of us. And then we reached our goal, and then Nothing notable happened. If this show sounds like a lot of fun and you want to come see all of us play drawing games live, and you live in Europe, then great news. We have a Europe tour scheduled for
That's so
April.
cool.
Get your tickets on the Scribble Showdown website, and next time we plan on touring in the States again, I'll let you know. But for now, thank you everyone.
They're like, we're not stopping in that particular town in Florida ever.
Do a show unless you live in Brooklyn. Thank you all for watching, and thank you everyone on the Real Good Touring team who babysat us for a month and made the show possible. Touring with you was a blast. And now I'm going back to sleep on my tour bus coffin.
I'm glad they enjoyed it. I feel like usually when I hear people talk about touring, they're always like, it's so hard, it's so bad. I'm glad they had such a positive experience.
Correct way while repressing my urge to poop. And golly, I sure do hope I don't get any nightmares. Right, bunk buddy Ross? Ross? I haven't slept in 11 days.
Aw, poor Ross.
All right, James, are you ready for this?
Whoa!
I got that.
I was going to say, that's only happening.
Dude, I don't know why. It's really weird to transition into their actual, like, real selves. I don't know why. That was weird. I was like, my brain couldn't understand seeing real people for a second.
Hey, everyone. Thank you all for
My
listening.
brain was like, what the heck? Real people? What's happening?